Hi friends, we are starting a new math unit. This is the video for Unit 2, Lesson 1 for second grade math. The first thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you rip out or at least show your parents page 71. This is the family letter. This letter is going to explain to your parents what we're going to be working on in our next unit. We're actually going to go over it just a little bit right now, so I can prepare you for what you're going to be learning. So it says, dear family, your child is learning about place value. So this is a place value unit. And we'll use this knowledge to add 2 and 3-digit numbers. I think this might be one of my favorite units, to be totally honest, because I love place value. And I think it really helps us understand numbers. And then you get to learn how to add 2 and 3-digit numbers. So we're going beyond just adding up to 20, right? So we're going to start by using quick hundreds, tens, and ones to help us represent numbers. You should remember those from first grade. And you will also learn the names of different numbers. And like I said, we will be adding 2-digit numbers in which these drawings will help. So it's a pretty fun unit. We do get a little bit of a break from those complicated word problems, but they do show up at least a few times, including a little bit in this lesson. So hang tight. I think you guys will enjoy this lesson. All right, when you're ready, let's get started. So first, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to have you in a little bit pause the video, and you're going to complete this chart. So this is like a hundreds chart, but it actually starts at 101. In small groups, we're going to be looking at the hundreds chart and looking for patterns, but we are actually going to start in this video starting with the number 101. So as you notice, it goes 101, 102, 103, and then we have 104, 105, 106. So the hundreds and the tens town are staying the same, and the ones town is getting bigger as you go down. 107, 108, 109, and then we match up with 110. So you are going to work on completing this chart. You can fill it in any order that you want. You might start to see some patterns. Like maybe you already see a pattern down here. 110, 120. You know that you're counting by tens. 130, 140. Okay? So I want you right now to pause the video, and you are going to fill in the rest of this chart. And then in small groups, we will talk about some of the different patterns that we see. So pause the video, fill in this chart, and then when you're ready, press play. Oh man, are your hands tired? Because mine are. All right, you can double check your work with mine. It kind of gave you little checkpoints as you went along to make sure that you didn't miss any of your numbers. But like I said, we'll be talking about the patterns that we can see on this chart in small groups. So before you come to your small group, I want you to make sure that you look for some patterns. Look for the patterns as you go down, as you go across, as you go diagonal. Okay, and we'll talk about some of the different patterns that we see. When you are ready, go ahead and turn your page over. So remember I said we were going to take a break from word problems in this unit, but sometimes they would sneak up and find us. Well, here we are. So we do have 4 word problems to solve, and then we are done. So kind of a quick lesson today. You can do it. 4 word problems. You guys are experts by now. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 2 says, Sarah has some marbles. Shane gives her 8 more marbles. Now Sarah has 17 marbles. How many marbles did Sarah have at first? So we're going to use our cubes strategy. We see the number 8 and the number 17. I'm going to underline my question. I know that this makes my label marbles. And now I'm going to box any clue words. So I see the word some. I see gives and more. So, maybe this is a comparison bar problem. And I see the word now, and I see the word at first. So, my question to you is this. Is this a comparison bar problem? 2 people, the word more. Is it? I know some of you are saying, yeah, I think so. But I know some of you are saying, no, Mrs. Peterson, it's not. You can't trick me. Because here's why it is not. Sarah is the only one that has the marbles. Shane is giving her marbles, but Sarah is the only one that has them. So even though there's 2 people, it's only one person that has the things that we're talking about. In this case, it's marbles. So I see the words at first. So remember, that means that my box is going to be the first thing in my equation. So I see some marbles. Shane gives her 8 more. So she has this amount. Now she gets 8 more. So what does that mean I'm going to do? Plus 8. And then now she has 17. So I can solve the problem like this. When I have a problem with a missing partner, I actually like to write it like this. It's a little easier for me to see and understand. Or you could turn it into subtraction if that is your preference. Either way, if I count up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and I count my circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My answer is 9. You can also draw 17 circles and then cross off 8, and you will still get 9. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 3. Just by looking at number 3, I see 3 numbers. So automatically, I'm thinking it's either a 2-step problem or there is some extra information. So let's check it out. Number 3 says, there are 14 children on the soccer field. There are 8 boys and the rest are girls. That sounds like a problem. Then 2 girls leave the soccer field. How many girls are on the soccer field now? So a lot of times when we see the word then, that tells us that it might be a 2-step problem. Is there extra information? No, there's not. We see 2 girls, 14 children, and 8 boys. I'm going to underline my question. I'm trying to figure out how many girls there are. Now I'm going to block. Sorry, friends. Those are my dogs, if you heard them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to box any keywords. So I see the rest are girls. So that means I'm trying to find out how many girls. I then know that some of the girls leave, 2 to be specific, okay? So I have 14 children, 8 are boys, the rest are girls, okay? I don't know how many girls yet, but then however many girls there are, 2 of them leave, right? So if I have 14 children. 8 are boys and some are girls. So I'm going to figure that out first. That is the first step of my problem. So maybe you want to rewrite it into subtraction or an adding up problem. Either way, let's see what we get. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So what do you get? 6. Okay, so now I know there's 6 girls, right? But then, pay attention to your then, what happens? 2 girls leave. So I'm going to use this information right here. So I have 6, 2 leave. Now how many do I have left? Did you say 4? Excellent. Okay, so how many girls are on the soccer field now? There are 4. Okay, friends, 2 more problems to do. Number 4, it says Tom has 6 fewer pencils than Ari. Tom has 7 pencils. How many pencils does Ari have? So, my question to you, is this a comparison bar problem? If you said yes, you are correct. I have Tom and I have Ari, and I have the word fewer. Tom has pencils and Ari has pencils. So, when you are ready, draw your comparison bars. And I want you to pause the video right now and fill these in by yourself. So you know that my first step is I have to figure out who has more and put their name on top. So it says Tom has 6 fewer than Ari. So that tells me that Ari has more and Tom has fewer. I know that when I have a number that is attached to fewer, it goes in my oval. And I know that Tom has 7. So the numbers that go in the rectangles are the exact number that the person has. So Tom has 7. And I'm trying to figure out how many pencils does Ari have? And so that's why my question mark goes in that box. So if I'm missing a number on top, this is just like a math mountain. My equation would be an adding equation of 7 plus 6 equals, and I'm going to count on 7 right there, draw 6 circles, and I get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 pencils. All right, and our last problem. So if I just look at this problem, it looks long, right? So I'm going to guess that it's either a 2-step problem or it has some extra information. So let's go ahead and read and see what we can figure out. It says, in the lunchroom, 16 children have apples. 9 of these children have red apples, and the rest have green apples. Then, 5 more children come with green apples. How many children have green apples now? So remember, when we see the word then, a lot of times that means it's a 2-step problem. So let's ignore this first or this part right here that says then, and let's just focus on this part right here. So in the lunchroom, 16 children have apples. 9 of these children have red apples and the rest have green. Can I solve for the rest have green? Can I figure that out? Yes. It's a little confusing because instead of giving you a number, they give you a word. They say 9 of the children. So you have to be careful when you're reading. So if there are red apples and green apples, I know 9 children have red I don't know how many have green, but I know there are 16 children that have apples. So go ahead and pause the video and solve this problem right now. All right, so if I have 9 and I count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I know that I have 7 children with green apples. Now, pay attention to your then. What happens? You have 7 green apples or children with green apples, then 5 more come. So if I have 7 children with green apples, 5 more come. I'm trying to figure out how many total children have green apples. Go ahead and pause the video and figure out that answer. If I have 7, I'm going to draw 5 circles. Maybe you already know the answer because you're getting so good at your math facts. And you get the answer of 12. Now, be careful of your label. You might think it's green apples, but it's not. What is our label? Children. So 12 children have green apples. All right, that is it for today's lesson. Great job, friends. I will see you in small groups.